Hey everyone, I just wanted to come on today to tell you a little bit about how my UGUST went down and my big book summer and my plans for September. So this is my monthly check-in for August, and let's see if I can remember what I've done. So far for UGUST, I have read 4 YA books. This is what my poker hand looks like at the moment. I don't think it's anything, and I especially since I didn't get a 5th one read yet. Now, at the time of this filming, I have a few days left before August actually ends, but I'm just not thinking I'm going to get something finished. Maybe I might, but I'm having a little struggle. I'm hitting some sort of a slump or something. I don't know what's going on. Will go up at the end of the month in a few days. At the time, I've only read 4, which of course is not near as good as I was hoping to do. So I've got 2 queens and 3 hearts. Does that make anything? Okay, anyway, let me just show you what I did read. I don't have this one to show you. It is a little novella called You, Me, and Comic-Con by Teresa Richards. I borrowed it from my friend, so I've already given it back to her. This was about an 80-page novella about a girl who is a skater. She's going to a competition, and she ends up getting sidetracked by the crowds at Comic-Con in New York City, and she ends up making kind of immediate friends there, even though she's always had this idea in her mind that people who go to Comic-Cons are, below her. Those nerd types. She ends up going back to the competition, trying to confront this guy who she thought was her boyfriend, but who had broken up with her that morning. And she realizes that he's not really as cool as she thought he was. And then she ends up going back to the Comic-Con and hanging out with those people instead. That's a very simplified version of this cute little 80-page book. It was really fun to read. Teresa Richards is an author that I met and talked to at the writers conference that I went to in May, and so it was fun to read her book, and hopefully we can be friends with her and see her next time at the conference. And then I read a book by an indie published author. You, Me, and Comic-Con might be indie published too, actually. But then I did Gold Winning by Mare Montague, who is somebody I knew years ago. I've lost track of her, so I just recently learned that she put up this book, and so I added that to my stack, and it was on an ebook on my Kindle. It was about a girl who is a rhythmic gymnast, and she goes to the Paris Olympics, and then she falls in love with the guy who is the gold medal potential for swimming. And they have some adventures there. They fall in love really fast, but then this terrible thing happens. It kind of guts them both and throws them off, and they lose track of each other until the next Olympics, which is in LA 4 years later. And then we find out how they've overcome the issues, and maybe, hopefully, they will get back together. Really good. I totally enjoyed that one. It was really good. And then I did All This Twisted Glory by Tahara Mafi, 3rd book in this Woven Kingdom series, where we continue the story of Eliza and Cameron and Cyrus and learn a little bit more about what's behind the crazy things that are going on. We're kind of switching guys a little bit. Eliza is confused. Who does she want to be with? Who is she going to marry? Is it going to be Cameron? Is it going to be Cyrus? The magic is crazy. The scary stuff is scary. I just love it so much. And then I read The Unlikely Hero of Room 13B by Teresa Totten. Mental health is the forefront of this story. We're following our boy, what's his name again? Adam, and he is suffering big time with OCD. And so he's going to group therapy in room 13B, and he falls in love with the girl there. He's the sweetest kid. I loved this kid. I loved the voice, the narration. He is so sweet and nice, and he wants to help everyone except himself. I mean, he wants to get better, but he's sacrificing his own wellness for everyone else's, including his mom, including his dad and his little brother, including the girl that he really loves. Although the girl is getting better, and that makes him jealous a little bit. So there's a lot of hard things in it, but it's done in such a sweet, funny, lighthearted way. And I really ended up enjoying this one a lot. Okay, those are my 4 UGUST books. I also fit in Here One Moment by Leon Moriarty for book club in September because I'm not going to be able to read it this next few weeks. So I've already given it to Tori so she can read it for book club. And this one was a really awesome story about an airplane full of passengers where this lady, this random kind of weird lady, gets up and starts pointing to them all and telling them when and how they're going to die. And so we follow the points of view of her and kind of what got her there and her backstory. And then several different passengers on the plane follow how their lives are changed because of this prediction. And we find out if the predictions come true or if they don't. It's a very, very character-driven book. There's not much else to the plot. That's the plot device. She tells everybody when and where they're going to die. Nothing else is really happening in the book. It's just how the people respond to this and their lives and the other people in their lives and how some of them their lives actually connect. And it's really, really good. Leon Moriarty, amazing. So those are the 5 books that I read in August. 4 YA books for UGUST and Here One Moment, which I'm counting for Big Book Summer because it's big. I forget how many pages. And I was feeling like I could count this one. This one is right at 400 pages. So I don't know if we can count that one or not. And then in July, I already told you that I finished To Sleep in the Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini for Big Book Summer. This is my main goal for Big Book Summer, and I managed to do it. So yay, go me. I felt like there was another one that I was going to count for Big Book Summer. I don't know what else I did in July. You'll have to go see that wrap-up video. I already forgot. I think I was hoping that some of the books that I was planning on reading for UGUST, they would count, but then I did not get to them. So here's my struggle. I started this book, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Heard a lot about it. But I just feel like I'm not in the mood. Yesterday I was trying to read it and I was like, I just can't right now, which makes me feel bad because I feel like I would really like it, but I think I'm going to let it go back to the library and maybe read it later. And then I thought I would read this book. It's going to be real short and easy. And I found it when I was downstairs doing one of my videos for UGUST, looking for award-winning books, and it got the Newbery and the Prince honor, Lizzie Bright and the Buckminster Boy. I thought I would read it, but I'm not really in the mood for it either. So there you go. That's why I'm struggling right now. Everything I start and try, I'm just not feeling it. So I decided to go ahead and do this wrap-up video, even though I maybe would finish another one this week. I don't know, but I'm preparing for our big road trip, and that starts in this weekend, and then everything changes as far as what my reading plans are. So at that point, September will start, and I am going to listen to One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. That is on my phone ready to listen. And also I have Bury My Heart in the Midnight Soil. Bury My Heart in the Midnight Soil. Something like that. By V.E. Schwab. This is a vampire story. That's from what I understand. And I have it on my Kindle ready to read. So hopefully, because both of those are going to have a deadline, so hopefully I can get to them both on this trip. And I think that John Green's Everything is Tuberculosis will become available very soon for me to listen to also, maybe during the trip. And then I put a book on hold called The Unselected Diaries of Emma something Lyon, Emma C. Lyon, by Beth Brower. She's a local author, and these books are going crazy. Has anybody heard of them? They're teeny little volumes. And so I've got the first volume on hold. I got to go get it, and I'll take it with me since it's going to be little and I can take it. It will be easy to carry. So that I'm going to read. And then I have accepted an ARC, which I don't usually do. A really cozy, fun YA romance. So I was like, maybe I can do this for UGUST. But I haven't fit it in yet. Maybe I will start reading that one for this week. I don't know. But I really want to read it. It looks perfect for fall vibes and coziness and romance and stuff like that. So that's on my Kindle also. Then the neighbor down the street, he wrote a nonfiction book about AI. And he said, will you read it? And I said, sure. And I have that on my Kindle. So those are my September plans. At this point, I feel like there's something else I was wanting to fit in also. I always think I'm going to do so much better than I do. You know, I think you guys are used to it by now, but I kind of wanted to start this one. I wanted to do this one for UGUST, but look how fat it is. See, I can't take this on the trip. I don't want to carry it. So this one will probably save till later. Same with all these other ones that I keep saying I was going to read. They're all too big and fat to take on the trip. So I didn't quite get them done fast enough in UGUST, but I will keep them at the top of the pile for future months. I also need to ratchet up my classic reading, and I'm not sure what I'm going to read next for a classic. I'll figure that out after the trip's over and I'm back home and see where I'm at then. But Mari, Andre, and I have kind of talked about doing a buddy read for this one. We just like mentioned it, and I don't know if she still even wants to, but I just feel like this one might be, I don't know. I feel like I need to do a fast one, and I don't know if I can do this one fast, but I'm still interested in trying. So maybe. Yeah, so that's where I stand with what I read in August, what I accomplished for UGUST, what I accomplished for Big Book Summer. Like I said, I feel like I'm forgetting one, but my main goal was to Sleep in the Sea of Stars, which was huge, both in size and in scope and epicness. So I think that was awesome that I managed to do that. And what my plans are for September, especially the road trip, hopefully a couple of audiobooks, hopefully a couple of ebooks. I will feel so good if I can do that much on the trip. Usually I get a couple audiobooks done. I am going to be doing some driving, mostly passengering. So we'll see how that goes. I'm so excited. Speaking of the road trip, I'm going to maybe put up a few tags while I'm gone, but I'm also going to do some backlog videos on community posts just for fun, also to celebrate 3 years coming up soon. And then maybe I'll do a little bit of shorts if I film something that I feel like is worthy to share. And then my plan is to do a little travel vlog if I can keep up the energy, and also find some bookstores to film. So I will be very much thinking about the channel while I'm gone, but it might feel a little quiet video-wise. But like I said, hopefully with the posts and maybe some shorts, it won't feel like I've abandoned everyone entirely. But I do feel like I need to take a little break. So that's the plan for the first couple weeks in September. I hope you had a great reading month. I will look forward to seeing what everyone else has been up to in reading. And I would love to know if you participated in UGUST and what YA book or books you read. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.